G'day, guys, and welcome back to the Great Rugby League Podcast. I am your host, as always, Ados. How are you all on this wonderful Wednesday morning? Footy is back, guys, and I am super excited for this. So in this week's episode, what I'll be doing is previewing round one. And, we've got the team list up in front of me. Super excited to go through everything. Now, obviously, I'm not going to go through player by player. We'll talk about some of the players, some of the younger ones that are getting a run, some of the new recruits and stuff like that. And I will also give you a very vague tip. I do have a tipping video that drops every Wednesday over on YouTube as well. It'll probably drop 5 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time and then 6 p.m. Australian Eastern Daylight Time. So, let's talk about this, guys. So I'm very excited. But before we do, let me talk to you about the weekend that was. Seeing as we had no rugby league to review, I played in SportshedTV's Charity Match, which was an amazing event. So shout out to the guys there, Josh, Norman, and Adrian. Amazing stuff that they did setting it all up. Just outstanding. They put a lot of time, effort, and money into setting up this charity event, and I thought it was a huge success. Some amazing content creators like John and his brother. You also had Shaq TV. Olan Tekers was there. Hectic Fred, Entertain House. Hynes was there on the camera. It was amazing. Amazing day, and cannot wait to be a part of it again next year. But, let's... you can check out the highlights. The highlights are on YouTube, available through Bar TV's YouTube. I got my highlights up on YouTube as well, guys. There's not many of them. But if you want to see me rip and tear going, check that out on my YouTube, Ados the Great. All right, let's talk round one. Team lists have been released, starting off with the Eels and the Storm. So most of these team lists I'm not too surprised about. There's some players that, like Trent Loiero, has been named in the number 11 jersey, which I'm very excited to see. Apparently, he's really been ripping and tearing in the off season, or the preseason, I should say. So I'm glad he got a run there. I don't know how long that's going to last, because when Tariq Sims comes back, he will lose that spot. On the extended bench, you got Sua Fa'alongo. Very excited to see him eventually get a crack in the NRL. Jonah Pizzette is also named in the reserves. For the Eels, we've got new recruits, Josh Hodgson and Jermaine Hopgood, making their Parramatta Eels debut, as well as Jack Murchie off the bench. For Storm, making their debuts, you've got Willie Warbrick, very excited about that. We've also got Elisa Katoa. So a couple of players there making their debut for Storm. I think this is going to be one of the matches of the round, to be honest. I think it's going to be quite close. Both teams have injuries and injury concerns, but I think the Eels have this one. They're playing at the Eels' home ground there at CommBank Stadium, and I think the Eels will be too strong, so I am going to be picking the Eels in that one. All right, on to the second game, the first game on Friday afternoon. We've got the Warriors and the Knights. All right, so in this one, Chance Nickel-Klokstad makes his debut along with Tamare Martin, Mitch Barnett, and Dylan Walker, all making their debuts for the Warriors. For the Knights, you've got Lachlan Miller, not Dominic Young, Jackson Hastings. We've also got Adam Elliott as well. So no Dane Gagai, which is one thing that really I thought that's a bit odd. But I think he's injured, I believe. I'm not 100% sure. But, no Dane Gagai, which I think will really hurt the Knights. I know Inari Tuwala is a good player, but without Gagai, I think they will struggle there a bit. I was a bit surprised about Braden Williami getting picked there in the centres for the Warriors. I thought someone like Edward Cossey, who has been named in the extended squad, might get the nod there. Oh, I also forgot Murata Niokore, who is going to be enormous, in my opinion, for the Warriors. Jack Johns has been named in the reserves. Thought he might get a run off the bench. But that bench is pretty stacked there with Phoenix Crossland, Adam Elliott, Jack Hetherington, and Leo Thompson. I think the Warriors have what it takes to win this one, especially seeing as it's in Wellington. I think the Warriors can get it done. So that will be my tip there. Panthers and Broncos at Bluebet Stadium on Friday night. We've got new recruits for the Panthers. Liam Martin making his debut. Liam Martin. I think I've got a concussion from the weekend. Luke Garner, my apologies. You've also got Zach Hosking and Tyrone Peachy in the reserves, but I don't see them getting picked in the 18-man squad. For the Broncos, no Reece Walsh, which was obviously going to happen. So Selwyn Cobbo gets another crack at fullback. We've also got Marty Zapau coming off the bench as well. Tom Flegler coming off the bench. Corey Jensen has been given the nod to start. So that's big. I know Tommy Flegler has told the Broncos he will be leaving after signing with the Dolphins. So I don't know if that's got anything to do with it, but I definitely would have thought he was going to start. Sonny Luke returns on the interchange bench for the Panthers. I expect Mitch Kenny to get the majority of the minutes in the first half, and then Sonny Luke probably to play about 55 to 60 minutes in that one. Panthers win this one easy, in my opinion. All right, next up, the Sea Eagles. We see the return of Tom Trbojevic. Cooper Johns is in for Schuster. Other than that, you got Kelvin Tuolangi, who will also make his debut. KO Weeks off the bench, which was a little bit surprising. I thought Gordon Chen Kum Tong might have made his debut, but that is not going to be the case. For the Doggies, Hayes Perham is the fullback. Paul Alamotti will get a run in the centres. So excited about that. I reckon he is going to be huge. Ryan Sutton and Reid Marnie in the front row there. Reid Marnie, obviously the dummy half. Viliami Kickout and at lock. This one kind of spun me out a bit. You've got Faemanu Brown. Off the bench, Jaden Tanner, Corey Waddell, Franklin Palais, and Jacob Preston. Now, in a Twitter post I put up a few weeks ago, I think it's on my Instagram as well, I said, watch out for these two, Palais and Preston, because they're going to be aiming for a bench spot, and I was inevitably right there. Josh Reynolds has been named in the extended squad, but I don't think we will see him play. All right. In that one, I've got Manly winning. All right, next up, we've got the Cowboys and the Raiders. Look, Cowboys pretty much named how I think most people thought they would be. No real surprises. Some people were saying Tommy Chester won the 14 jersey for the Cowboys, but Jake Granville has got that one, and James Tamir returns in the number 17 jersey. For the Raiders, Harley Smith-Shields moves to the centres with Sebastian Chris at fullback, Jordan Rapana on the wing. Look, I love Harley Smith-Shields. I really do. I think he is such a valuable player. But I probably would have given Jared Croker a run here just to see how he'd go. I hope they do give him a run at some point in the season so he can hit his milestone there. Other than that, Danny Levi starts at dummy half for the Raiders. And that's pretty much it, I think. Pasami Sulu has been named to start in the number 8 jersey. Corey Harawira-Naira is the lock. So Tom Starling, Ata Mariota, Corey Horsburgh, and Emre Gula make up the bench. I wouldn't be surprised if Trey Mooney found his way onto that bench, though, at some point. I think Cowboys win that one comfortably. All right, Sharkies and my Rabbitohs. Now, I named this Rabbitohs squad pretty close. The only thing I got wrong, I had Jacob Host off the bench. They've got Michael Cheekham. So that was the only change for the team I predicted. For the Sharks, everything you'd pretty much expect, except Nico Hynes and Royce Hunt are out, which is huge for the Rabbitohs, in my opinion. Other than that, look, Oregon Kafusi will make his debut. Teague Wilton, who has rightly been named in the second row, has replaced Wade Graham, who will move on to the bench. Other than that, nothing really surprising there. Same with the Rabbitohs. No real surprises. I'm glad Blake Taft got the number 14 jersey. Also, very happy Michael Cheekham is going to get a run. I probably would have put him in over Host, but I don't mind Jacob Host. I just thought in the Charity Shield he was a little bit off. So, not too bad there. I think Rabbitohs will win that one now. Dolphins and Roosters. So the Dolphins' first game. Backline, I am a little bit surprised. I didn't think we'd see Tessie New get named there. I thought Jack Bostick would have been given the jersey, but unfortunately he was not. Front row pretty much speaks for itself. I thought Wallace would have started on the bench with Marky Nichols starting that number 10 jersey, but that's not the way they've gone. Kurt Donahue, who I was a little bit surprised about getting that number 17 jersey, and then Tommy Gilbert with the number 13 and Ray Stone off the bench. Other than that, no real surprises. For the Roosters, again, Joey Manu out, Corey Allen in. That's really the only change I think they'll have in their backline. When Manu returns, Allen will be out. Front row, Lindsay Collins, Brandon Smith, Matthew Lodge. No surprises there, especially with JWH out. Egan Butcher comes into the second row. I personally think Egan Butcher will be the Roosters' best second rower this year, and I do think he will eventually start. The bench is a bit how you go, and I thought they might have named like Siwa Wong in this bench, but Drew Hutchinson, Fletcher Baker, Nafuhu White, and Terrell May. I think Terrell May is going to have a massive year as well, but I definitely would have put in Siwa Wong probably over White. This one I think Roosters win comfortably. All right, next up we've got the final game of the round. The Tigers against the Titans. Now, I think this one is going to be a ripper of a game up there at Leichhardt Oval. BKR will be there, so I hope he has a great game. And I'd like to see the Titans get the win for him. I just don't see it happening. Not in this one. I think this one's going to be one the Tigers are really going to want to win. No real surprises here. Charlie Staines has been named on the wing. Tommy Talau has also been named in the centre, so he wins that spot. Sean Bloor named in the number 12 jersey. Other than that, no real surprises here. They've got a freaking solid forward pack, but their back line is definitely lacking. I wouldn't be surprised if Junior Tupou comes into the 17 somewhere, maybe replacing Asu Kapoa off the bench. Not really sure why Kapoa is named there. I would have gone someone like Alex Seyfarth or Justin Matamua, but hey, that's how they've named it. For the Titans, you've got young fella Alofiana Khan Pereira. Very excited to see him get a real go at first grade. Jermaine Jolliffe has been named in the front row. I thought he might have been on the bench and Mo Fotuaika might have started, but you know that's what they've gone with, so that is all good. Other than that, no real surprises there. Jaden Campbell named in the 14 jersey. Erin Clark is a little bit of a surprise. Thought he might have started. But, look, all in all, a very good team. And I think this weekend is going to be a cracker. I cannot wait to watch the footy. Super excited, guys. It all kicks off tomorrow night when you're listening to this. So tomorrow night, 7:50 New South Wales time, 6:50 Australian Eastern Standard Time. So very excited for this, guys. Guys, let me know who you're tipping. I'd love to hear from you guys. Thank you all so much for tuning in. And as always, my friends, I will see you in the next one. Thanks, guys.